Hello everyone, it's AJ, and today I have passed a kind of manga collection milestone in that I have now over 500 volumes. And as you can see with this lovely little pile here, I have some books to rearrange into said collection. So, I'm going to fix that up, but if you've seen my last manga collection video, which I did like a year and a half ago, which was when I only had these two, and also now I've got a whole third one. So I thought, do you know what? It was fun to see how much this was all worth. Yeah, let's just say maybe I didn't really want to know how much all this was worth, but hey, I did it anyway, so let me just fix this up and let's have a little manga collection tour, and then at the very end I will tell you how much it's worth at retail price. I will put the disclaimer, this is not how much I have paid for this collection because I go hunting for deals, but yeah, let's just say it's a lot. Oops. Right, let's fix this, shall we? There we go, a lot better. How I managed to organise this in half an hour is actually astounding because I was like, oh, this is going to take me about 2 hours. No, actually it only took me half an hour to do. Something's wrong. But let's have a nice wee look at it now, and well, I'm going to warn you now. How I organise these shelves is a state and horrendous, and they always change, so please be mindful of the fact that there is no good order to these. So there's your warning. It's going to set a lot of these off probably. I'm sorry. But let's dive in, shall we? Right, so let's just start up here and then we'll kind of work our way down and go across, shall we? So, first bookcase, which is the big boy. So starting off, this is all the kind of bigger sizes, mostly by Yen Press and Viz, their signature lines. So if we just obviously ignore all the figures, we'll try my best to try and get around them. So starting off with Blue Period, got Cat Massage Therapy, which is fun because they're in colour, Coffee Moon, Crazy Food Truck, Annalene Duella, The Geek X Hitman, Art Gear, In the Queer Moonlit Dusk, Mr. Villain's Day Off, all the Ruby manga minus the last anthology. Still haven't collected that one for some reason, don't know why. Obviously with the Ruby pops to match where the Ruby manga is. On to the next shelf. Right, let's just take that out of the way. There we go. So first two volumes of Sino Alice, obviously one of the favourite collections of this channel. Witch and the Beast, along with Witch Hat Atelier, and then we go into Zom 100, and then going into the next shelf, take away my Jujutsu Kaisen Zero ticket, the Yakuza Guide to Babysitting. I thought this actually started going out of print because volume 5 hadn't came out for a million years, but now I've just seen it's coming out, so that's me being very happy. Wandans, actually still need to read that, but we'll get to that. Are You Alice, a fantastic series, absolutely adore it. Mashal, we're up to date in that. And obviously at the end we have Box of Light, which is a favourite of the channel as well. Doesn't get as much love as it should, but anyway. Right, next shelf. Now this is where it gets complicated now because the next 3 shelves are double stacked. We've hit that point, people, and I am missing a shelf to rise up the back. So we're going to have to go through the front row and then we'll go to the back row in regards to this shelf. So all of the Spy Family is up to date. All of Sakamoto Day is up to date. I think this is all of Candy and Cigarettes up to date. I think 6 literally just came out and I've got it. So I think that's that. And then at the back you can see Platinum End just peeking out. So this is all of Platinum End, all the little sparkly covers. And then behind Sakamoto Days, if I can move these one-handedly, is the 2 volumes of Tista, which is also a really great series. If you like Spy Family, this is the creator's earlier work. It's a fun wee series, it's a shame it got cancelled and whatnot, but it's still enjoyable. Then the 1 short volume of Demon Slayer, the stories of Flame and Water, or Water and Flame, sorry. And then next to that, you can see of Dead Man Wonderland. And then at the very beginning, we have the first volume of Burn the Witch. I am hoping that more is to come of that, because I freaking love that series. I just want more of that world. It's just so good. Right, I'm now trying to fix these back up, because... Book ASMR! Oh, nice. There we go. I need a riser so that you can kind of see a lot better, but I'll get to IKEA at some point and get my reduced shelf. So, on to the next shelf. Woohoo! Right, I'm going to sit on the floor. So we'll go from the front, that's a lot easier because you can see it a lot better. So, all of the Moriarty the Patriots up to date. I have the first 9 volumes in origami. I am slowly collecting these. It's been a pain, but I'm getting there. Odds and sods that are kind of like in this wee corner. So I've got the first volume of The Ancient Maker's Bride. I've still been having trouble getting the second volume, which is annoying because I want to collect this series, but I don't like collecting volumes out of order. The only one that gets away with it was when I did it for Bingo Stray Dogs, because I've already read that series. That's the only reason why that's allowed. So then, moving on, we have the first volume of Undead Unlock, first volume of Pretty Boy Detective Club, and then there is more little one-shots, or one volumes just behind it. So, the very, very, very first volume of Yu-Gi-Oh!, i.e. Season 0, which I just love. The first volume of Wonderland, I've been on and off about getting back into it if I want to try it again, but I've still kept it regardless. The Witch of Thistle Castle, which is a nice new series that's just started. It's only 4 volumes in total, so it'll be nice. Also, it starts off in being in Edinburgh, so I'm not going to lie, that is the reason why I bought it. Moving on, got Tokyo Aliens, up to date with that, with the first 5 volumes. First volume of the Apothecary Diaries, mostly because the anime just came out. Even though I've not even watched it yet, I'm like, this seems like something I'll enjoy. And it's been recommended to me for years, so I'm now starting. Next is She and Her Cat, which is such a sad story, but such a warming story at the same time. Very bittersweet, but it's very cute, but nice. And then, next to that, we have the first 10 volumes of Nichijou. I completely forgot that the 11th volume came out, so I need to go get that. Shocking. Right, let's see. There we go. The first 3 volumes of Kimi no Gin, that was actually recommended to me by a commenter, so I've actually enjoyed that, so thank you for that recommendation. I've temporarily forgotten who has told me, so I will need to go find that, but thank you, I've really enjoyed it. Next to that is Cat Plus Gamer. I was very happy that the volumes are starting to come back out again, because there was a little bit of a pause between volume 2 and volume 3, but they seem to be coming out a bit more now, because I think there's about 10 volumes? It's like 8 to 10 volumes, I know. So the 4th one's due out, I think, in the next couple of months, so that's good. And then next to that, we have the completed of Black Torch, which was a series I liked, but sadly got cancelled too early. And then Mars Red, basically the manga version of the anime that's, well, I think it's more of the stage play version rather than the anime, because it focuses on different characters more, but still interesting. Right. And that's that shelf. Jeez. Oh, right. Last shelf, the bottom shelf. Oh, Jesus, I need to fix that cat. Right, cat, stop showing off your arse. Right, there we go. Thank you. Right, the bottom shelf, which is basically all the queer manga that I own. So, and it's like just perfectly filled up these two rows. Like, so good. Now, this is going to take a while, so let's dive in, because it's not as easy as this shelf where it's like, oh look, it's all Moriarty the Patriot and then origami, and that's the majority of this shelf. No, unfortunately this one's going to take a bit longer, so let's dive in. I'm trying to find the best way to actually go through this one, because how I've done it is I have all of Sublime at the back, right? Mine is these two from Therapy Game Restart, mostly because that one's still ongoing, so there's still more volumes to come out. And also just, that one actually how it worked out alphabetically, it just ended up being like that. So, let's actually do the Sublimes first. Oh, this is going to be hard because the light is not coming in, so, but we'll do our best. Right, so starting off, we have books falling. We have Black or White, which is like the actors one, I still haven't really got into it, and now there's like 8 volumes. Birds of Shangri-La, I am waiting for volume 3. I don't know if it's ever coming, but hey ho. First 3 volumes of Candy Color Paradox, mostly because I've had issues trying to get volume 4, so I can't continue. The next is The Dragon's Betrothed. That's a nice wee 2 volume. After that is the complete series of Escape Journey. Right, and after that is the first 3 volumes of Given. I'm very poor actually collecting Given, because I've read up basically digitally up to like volume 7, I think it is, or volume 6, but this was like years ago, so I'm actually very far behind. And then next to that we have All of Jealousy. Don't judge. After that we have the one shot of Lynx, which is done by the same manga as Given, just all wee kind of different stories interlapping. Then it's the 2 volumes of Moon and Sun. I don't know if there's any more of them coming, but that's an interesting wee read. Then it's Secret XXX. Despite it sounds like the most dirtiest volume there is, it's actually one of the most wholesome ones that are in this collection. Especially when you go next to that and it's bloody 10 count. Don't ask. It was the first BL collection I got because everyone talked about it and I still have it, despite I hate it. Then we have the first 2 Fairy games to end that. Now let me try to fix all of these. I should not have done this, but oh well. We're in too deep. I'm trying to keep all... This is so hard. God damn it, come on. Right. I've changed the order. I don't know if this was the order I had it in, but it's now going to stay like this until I can refix this again. Oh no, everything is going tits up. Rightio, this was definitely not how I had it because they should be over on that side because I was trying to keep it height-wise. Fuck it, let's just change it whilst I think about it. See, this is what I say, it's like my collection doesn't really make much sense in some regard. Like, obviously, all of the Sublime ones, oh my god, get it, make sense because it's in alphabetical order. And then now this is like, yeah, now it's just a mismatch and then it's now just done by height and, like, publisher. So, yeah. But anyway, so, obviously, like I said, I've got the first 2 of Therapy Game Restart, then I Hear the Sunspot, 7 Days, Our Dining Table, oh my god, yes. Like, if you want a good BL, honestly, read this, it's so good. It's so sweet, it's so wholesome. Oh, I can never praise this enough, it's so good. Our Dreams at Dusk, A White Rose in Bloom, so this is like a GLs and whatnot. The Summer You Were There, this is actually kind of sad, but I'm still reading it. It's kind of heartbreaking in ways, but yeah. The Pet Detective Agency, just a nice wee one shot, and then I Cannot Reach You, such oblivious boys, and then got like the cute little flashback to them being kids, so cute. Sasaki Miyano, obviously solid series, and then the spin-off of Hirana and Kaguya. Then See You Tomorrow at the Food Court, just a wee one shot. And then Dekaboko Sugar Days. These are like all like one shots. Although that one does technically have like a sequel, but it's like a sequel one shot, if that makes sense. I've not got that one yet because I still need to read that one. Katakoi Lamp, The God and the Flightless Messenger. That one's cute. There Are Things I Can't Tell You. The Black Cat and the Vampire. That's like one of the newer ones I just got in one of my hauls. Cherie, My Destiny, the cute little ones to do with sweets and confectionery and whatnot. It's got food, I can't complain. And then another GL of, with adult women, black and white, just like tough love at the office. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. And then My Summer of You, the first 2 volumes, and I just found out there's a 3rd volume coming out literally today, and I'm so happy. Well, the volume doesn't come out today, but I just found out today that there's a 3rd volume, so I am buzzing for that. So yeah, so that's all the queer manga, and then with that, that is the first bookcase. And now I need to try and get up. But yeah, so already off to a very weird start of this is just like the weirdest collection of making no sense. And once again, I want to apologise for anyone that is triggered by how this is arranged. I'm very sorry. But anyway, let's move on to the second one, shall we? So this one's going to be a lot quicker because it's just a case of, here is the 27 volumes of Comic Can't Communicate with decorations, obviously. And then we have, we're up to date in the case study of Vanitas, up to volume 10. First 2 volumes of Oshi no Ko. And then the first volume of the Illustrated Guide to the Monster Girls, which I also did in as a wee little mini Manga Monday. That's fun. That's a really fun like horror comedy. I would do recommend it. And there's more volumes to come, so that'll be good. Now, for the pride and joy of obviously when it is my channel, here is the Bungo Stray Dogs shelves. And yes, this has 2 shelves and it will always have 2 shelves. It needs as much space as it can have. As you can see, I have very decorated it because I love it too much. So just to really kind of start into this shelf, just to explain it all. So also, can we just like appreciate these wee little receipts? Oh, I love them. Right, I'm sorry, I'm getting into my decorations, that's not why we're here. So we start off with the actual portrait of Nakahara Chura, which is my little fave guy here who's very angry. And then with that, we go into Junji Ito's version of No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. And then we go into all of the light novels that are out so far. The 9th one comes out next month, so that will be getting added on at that point. But for the moment, it's only 8. And they just announced the 10th one, which is banging. Right, and then we go into Bungo Stray Dogs Beast, the manga version. Oh, look how stunning, like, the artwork is. Oh, honestly, I love this cover. It is the best. And I hate with something wrong with this room now that I've moved and everything that faces outwards is curling and I want to cry. But, oh, I love this series so much. Also, just let a look at this wee acrylic of the 10th anniversary. I love this. I love this illustration. It's so cute. But yeah, anyway. So, moving on, we get the Dead Apple manga. We've got the first 3, waiting for the 4th one to come out eventually in English because that's out. And then, behind these beautiful, very beautiful Chuya and Sigma book marks that are done by Ivory Strikes. You find them on Instagram. Honestly, beautiful. We have the Wan series. We're just waiting on volume 6 just coming out as of me recording this. And then at the end we have Bungo Stray Dogs Another Story. Basically Bungo Stray Dogs Gaiden. Don't fall. So yeah. So that's the first Bungo shelf, which is basically all the light novels and the side stories. So that's not even the main line if you have no idea what this series is. This shelf is just the light novels and the side series, essentially. Which then brings us on to the bottom shelf, which is all of the main line. So we have the 22 volumes, 23rd is coming out next month, with my little decorations. And then we move over here, and then this is more Ivory Strikes. Irony Strikes, why did I say Ivory? Irony. Also, look, they're gorgeous. So yeah, they've been building up a tarot deck of Bungo characters. Oh, I love them. But anyway, let's move these out of the way for the minute. Because now we need to move on to the Japanese things that I own. So this is the Harakawa art book that came out in 2016. So these are all imported from Japan. And then these are the 5 anthologies. So these aren't canon to story, but it's just lots of artists come together and creating stories, which is now getting translated into English. But I didn't know when I bought these at the time, so hey ho. But I love this artist so much, Hoshikawa, who does this series. I love them, so that was literally the reason why that got bought. But yeah, so that is the easier like second bookcase with my favourite 2 shelves. Not biased in the slightest. And then we'll move on to the last and 3rd one, which is going to be an easier one as well. So basically, all of the top shelf is all of Food Wars, with the omnibus of Love and Focus, just basically a love triangle to do with photography students. And then with my decorations. And then on the next shelf we have all the single volumes of The Girl from the Other Side, because I love this series with all my heart, which means I also have all the deluxe versions, which are just beautiful. Like, honestly, see if you want a good deluxe volume of a series, these are your babies. They're so good. Oh, they're so beautiful. And next to them, it's The Love from the Other Side, which is a collection of short stories, and The Wise Beasts of the Wizard and Wisdoms, which are both done by the same mangaka of Nagabe. So yeah, this is a fun wee shelf. I like this wee shelf. And then we go into Alice in Murderland, which is a horror shoujo, which I found was hilarious by the time I really got to this part. I was like, oh yeah, love triangle. I was like, oh god. Still a fun series. And then my big boy, my first volume of Hellsing, the deluxe of that one. I need to get the other two, but damn, they are expensive. So then we go on to the last wee shelf, and we have of Assassination Classroom. That is a German version of Volume 7. I got gifted that by accident because I didn't realise when they bought it was going to be in German. And all of Toilet Bound Hanifika-kun, including After School Hanifika-kun. And just in this wee corner here, we have the first art book. I'm just waiting for the second art book to come out in English. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so we got volumes technically 0 to 18, so 19 volumes, and then that's 20 if you include the after school one. And then just right up at the top of the third one, we have my box sets. So we've got the Demon Slayer box set, High School Host Club, and then Waterkoi. And that's it. So that is the third one, which then concludes all of the books that I have. Well, actually, technically, if I'm going to be honest, there is a pile there, but that is the reject pile that I don't generally include because I'm going to sell them off or get rid of them. So for the total that I will give you for how much this is, it's basically for all of this, excluding the poetry book. I didn't include the poetry book, but everything else I have accounted for. So that includes like the light novels and then the art books. So I do have two numbers. So I'll have the number for all the manga and then the ones with the added on light novels and art books. Okay, so the moment you've all been waiting for. How much does this all cost at retail price? Now, just for a little disclaimer, obviously the price isn't going to be completely accurate because when it comes to, see, the Japanese like volumes, I've done like a rough like conversion from what it says on the back for like how many yen it is to how it is to pounds. So I've not done it as in what I technically paid to get them shipped over and whatnot. So the price is going to vary, but for the most part, everything else is done by retail price. Also, see, this is how bad it is. I can't even remember how, like, the numbers. I have to write it down to make sure that I'm actually going to say them right. Because the last time I did this a year and a half ago, I forgot about my bloody Demon Slayer box set, so I actually forgot to add that on. So this time I've actually done it properly. Like, I have a whole document of every single volume, so I have a document to track all of these, and I spent out so long actually working out the prices next to them because it took me so long that I don't want to do this again. So if I want to like work out the prices, I'm going to add them on as I do it. Yeah, so I'll let you have show you how crazy this bloody document is, and I have it color coded and everything. And mostly I had to do it like this because I had it on my phone prior to this phone that I'm recording on, which died suddenly, which meant I lost my whole document, so I had to rewrite all of it, which was why I went, right, do you know what, I'm going to work out how much it is again, and I'm going to keep track of it this time, because now with inflations, prices have went up since I bought them, because just as a wee heads up, see, Junji Ito's No Longer Human. That's now like £28 now or something like that but I bought it for 25 like years ago. So see, trying to work out what I paid for it at full price when I definitely paid full price. Yeah, that's been fun. But yeah, so this is a rough number. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So the manga collection on its own, so that's not including the light novels or the art books. I hate looking at this number. It's £5,226.92p. Honestly, it makes me so happy that I don't pay full price for every single book, because I want to cry at that price range, especially now when like you add on all the art books and the light novels, which isn't drastically much, but it's drastic enough when it goes up to £5,355.08p. And now remember, this does not include this little pile of rejects. I have about 13 or 14 books that I'm getting rid of. So yeah, this is a very expensive hobby. So if you are in the midst of starting a collection and whatnot, do not pay full price. For the love of God, do not pay full price. Go looking for deals. I mostly try and get like 3 for 2s and whatnot, or like half price. I've now started doing second hands. Like I was able to get all of Are You Alice for an amazing price. Somebody was crazy enough to get rid of that whole series as a winner, and I got it, and I was like, oh yes. So yeah, go thrifting, go hunting. You can find some good quality ones that people are getting rid of, especially I think because people during obviously the pandemic started collecting out of just funds and shits and giggles, but now they're realising it's like, oh well, I don't actually want these. So a lot of people are starting to get rid of books. So be smart. Do not end up trying to pay like 5 fucking grand for 500 books. It probably actually isn't that bad, but you know, it freaks you out like when it's like, yeah, this is like a lot of money. Yeah, honestly, I think see if I could send this back to myself in like 2018 when I started collecting. Been like, yeah, you have no idea what this is going to end up like. But yeah, so there we go. This is my 500 plus collection. I think it's actually at 510 because by the time I collected that I was going to do this video, I still went and bought more books. Oops. So yeah, so there's my little collection. There's my little 500 volume collection. I hope you had a wee bit of enjoyment looking through them all. I think the next time I might do this is when I maybe hit 750, so probably like 2 year time or something like that. But yeah, so anyway, so I will leave it at that. I want to go cry over how much this collection's worth. And yeah, so we will be back next time. So oh Jesus. Right, anyway, if you like this, like, comment, and subscribe. I would highly appreciate it. Let me know if there's anything that you're interested in my collection, or after seeing what I generally like to read, is there anything you can recommend? Because I do like taking recommendations. Like I said, I have actually taken some off of my own commenters, and I've enjoyed them. So yeah. So anyway, until next time, I'm AJ, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.